When a woman starts ignoring you, it messes with your mind. One day she was replying fast, laughing at your messages, showing interest, maybe even giving you attention, and then suddenly she becomes distant, dry, slow, or cold. Every man has been there. You go from feeling confident and in control to confused and questioning yourself. You wonder what changed, what you did wrong, and why she's acting different. Here's the part most men don't understand. When a woman ignores you, the danger isn't her silence. It's your reaction to her silence, because your reaction reveals everything about you, your confidence, your emotional control, your patience, and your self-respect. Most men respond with panic, insecurity, or emotional impulses. They try harder, text more, call more, chase more, and end up pushing her even further away. Women pay attention to how a man behaves when she pulls away. If you break, she loses respect. If you panic, she loses attraction. If you beg, she feels in control. But if you stay calm, confident, disciplined, and unbothered, she starts questioning herself instead of questioning you. Women ignore for many reasons. Sometimes she's testing you. Sometimes she's losing interest. Sometimes she wants to see if you'll chase harder. Sometimes she's distracted, busy, or uncertain. And sometimes she wants to see how much power she has. Men destroy their chances not because she ignored them, but because they make emotional, desperate mistakes that kill attraction instantly. When you react the wrong way, you confirm her belief that she can treat you however she wants, and you'll still be there waiting. But when you respond with strength, self-respect, and maturity, the entire situation changes. This video will break down the 5 biggest mistakes men make when a woman ignores them. And if you avoid these, you take back control of the situation. You show her you're not desperate. You show her you're not emotionally weak. You show her you are a man with confidence and standards. Because the moment she realizes you're not chasing, the moment she sees that her silence didn't shake you, the moment she feels you pulling back instead of running toward her, that's when she starts worrying about losing you. So listen closely, because these mistakes separate confident men from insecure ones. And if you avoid them, you'll notice something interesting. Her silence won't bother you anymore. It will bother her. 1. Do not chase her. The first and most destructive mistake men make when a woman ignores them is chasing. The moment she goes silent, a lot of guys panic. They think, maybe she didn't see my message, maybe she forgot, or maybe she wants me to double text. So they start sending more messages, checking her social media, calling, trying to keep the conversation alive. They think effort will fix the situation, but in reality, every extra message lowers your value. Here's what a woman sees when you chase. You're anxious. You're afraid of losing her. You need her attention to feel secure. You're not used to being ignored. And once she realizes you're reacting emotionally, she knows she has control. When a woman feels like you need her more than she needs you, her interest drops. Not because she's cruel, but because attraction dies when a man becomes predictable, desperate, or too available. Chasing also sends a silent message. My life is empty without your replies. That kills attraction faster than anything. Instead, the man she respects is the one who does nothing. He doesn't double text. He doesn't ask why she's distant. He doesn't beg for attention. He simply pulls back and lets her silence answer the question. Women are used to men chasing when they pull away. It's normal to them. When you don't chase, you stand out. Now she starts to wonder, why isn't he blowing up my phone? Why didn't he reach out again? Why does it seem like he doesn't care? That's when the power shifts. Another thing, when you chase, you teach her that ignoring you works. If she can disappear and still have you waiting, then she has no reason to respect your time, emotion, or effort. She'll treat you like a backup, not a priority. But when you stay silent, you send a different message. I'm not waiting around. I don't need to chase you. If you disappear, I won't come looking. Women feel that energy, and trust me, silence can confuse a woman more than paragraphs ever will. Understand something. A man with options doesn't chase. A man who values himself doesn't beg. A man who understands attraction doesn't fight for attention. He lets her come to him. So when she ignores you, do nothing. Don't call, don't text, don't question her. Let her feel your absence, because the woman who ignores you will always wonder why she didn't matter enough to break your confidence. 2. Do not demand answers or ask what's wrong. When a woman pulls away, a lot of men immediately try to fix it. They send long messages asking if she's upset, if they did something wrong, or why she hasn't replied. They start over-explaining, apologizing, or seeking clarity. It comes from insecurity, not strength, and women feel that instantly. Asking for answers sounds harmless, but psychologically, it communicates three things women do not respect. You are emotionally dependent on her response. Her silence has power over you. You're afraid of losing her. When you ask, "Did I do something wrong?" or "Why aren't you replying?" you think you're showing effort, but to her, it looks like weakness, pressure, and emotional neediness. Instead of making her come closer, it pushes her further away. Here's the truth most men don't realize. If a woman wanted to talk to you, she would. If she cared about the conversation, she would reply. If she valued your presence, she wouldn't disappear. Women don't forget to text the men they truly want. So when she ignores you and you go chasing answers, you remove all mystery, all confidence, and all attraction. Men who are in control don't demand explanations. They don't beg for clarity. They don't chase reassurance. They let her behavior speak for itself. There are only two reasons a woman ignores a man. She's losing interest. She's testing his reaction. If she's losing interest, demanding answers won't fix it. It will only confirm she made the right decision distancing herself. If she's testing you, the moment you ask what's wrong, you fail the test. She wanted to see whether you'd stay calm or collapse emotionally. And most men do exactly that. Instead, the strongest move you can make is silence. No reaction, no questions, no emotional breakdown. Silence forces her to deal with her own thoughts. Why isn't he asking what happened? Is he talking to someone else? Does he not care anymore? Did I lose him? Now she is the one seeking answers, not you. And here's another part. Men forget. Women respect a man more when he can walk away from disrespect. If she comes back and says, "Sorry, I was busy," you don't reward her with instant attention. You stay calm, collected, and keep your time valuable. You don't act excited just because she showed up again. The moment you stop asking for explanations, you become unpredictable. You become a challenge. You become someone she has to earn again. And that's when her interest returns. So remember, when a woman ignores you, your silence is stronger than any question. Let her wonder. Let her feel your absence. Let her be the one who comes back trying to fix the distance. 3. Do not try to win her back with extra effort. When a woman ignores you, many men make the mistake of increasing their effort. They think they can work their way back into her attention. They start complimenting her more, offering favors, sending long messages, trying to make her laugh, showing up where she is, or acting overly nice just to win her back. But here's the truth. When you increase your effort after she decreases hers, you look needy. Women don't respect a man who tries harder when she gives less. It creates a one-sided dynamic where she becomes the prize and you become the chaser. And the moment she feels like your time and attention are guaranteed, she stops valuing them. Trying harder doesn't make her interested, like it proves you're afraid of losing her. Here's what this behavior silently communicates. You're more important than me. I'll do anything to keep you. Your attention defines my self-worth. That kills attraction instantly. Most men think effort equals love. In reality, effort without reciprocation looks like desperation. Women feel it. They see when you're trying too hard. Instead of making her want you, it reminds her she has power and you're scared to lose her. And once she senses that, she knows she can treat you however she wants. Trying to win her back also ignores one important fact. If she wanted you, you wouldn't have to convince her. A man with value doesn't campaign for someone's attention. He gives what is returned, and he stops when effort becomes one-sided. In female psychology, attraction is pulled by mystery, discipline, and self-respect, not overcompensation. The men who get ignored the fastest are the ones who try to buy attention with effort. Here's what a confident man does instead. He matches her energy. He stops initiating. He gives space. He focuses on himself. He lets her wonder where he went. When you stop giving attention, a woman starts to think, why isn't he trying anymore? Did he lose interest? Is someone else giving him attention now? Did I push too far? She goes from being comfortable to being unsure. Being unsure is when the attraction returns. The truth is simple. When a woman ignores you, don't try harder. Pull back. When she gives less, don't give more. Give nothing. A woman remembers the man she has to earn, not the one desperately trying to earn her. The second you stop trying to win her back, she is forced to realize she could lose you. That's where her respect returns. That's where her interest begins again. 4, do not argue, confront, or act emotional. One of the fastest ways men destroy attraction is by reacting emotionally when a woman ignores them. They get frustrated, angry, offended, or dramatic. They send messages like, "Why are you ignoring me? If you don't want to talk, just say so. Wow, you must think you're too good to reply. I guess I was wrong about you." To a woman, this looks insecure, weak, and emotionally unstable. She wanted to see how you handle pressure, and you showed her you can't handle anything. The moment you react out of emotion, you lose power. You have to understand something about female psychology. Silence is a test more than it is a rejection. She wants to see your emotional strength. She wants to see how confident you are. She wants to see if ignoring you will shake you. When you respond with anger or confrontation, you fail the test instantly. Why? Because a man who is confident and secure does not need validation to stay calm. He doesn't chase answers. He doesn't demand attention. He doesn't break down just because someone stopped responding. A woman is not impressed by a man who explodes emotionally. She's impressed by a man who stays composed no matter what. When you argue with her about being ignored, you reveal, you're hurt, you're insecure, you need her attention, you have no emotional control. Women do not respect a man they can emotionally control. If her silence makes you upset, she knows she has power over you. And once she knows she can manipulate your emotions, the relationship will never be equal again. Even worse, being emotional doesn't make her feel guilty. It makes her lose attraction. She thinks, if he gets this upset over a text, how would he act in a real problem? The most powerful thing you can do when she ignores you is not react at all. No confrontation, no emotional paragraphs, no guilt tripping, no passive-aggressive messages, just silence. Your calmness will confuse her more than any argument ever could. Now she begins thinking, did he lose interest? Why didn't he react? Is he seeing someone else? Did I push him too far? When you stay composed, she starts feeling the silence, not you. There is a psychological shift here. When you react, she feels powerful. When you stay calm, she feels uncertain. And attraction grows from uncertainty, not control. So when a woman ignores you, remember this. The man who wins is the man who stays silent, steady, and emotionally grounded. He shows strength not through words, but through discipline. 5, and do not put your life on hold waiting for her. Here's the final mistake men make when a woman ignores them. They stop living. They sit around checking their phone, refreshing her profile, waiting for her to text, thinking about what to say next, and obsessing over her silence. Days go by, and instead of focusing on themselves, they make her the center of their world, even though she's not giving them any attention. Nothing kills attraction faster than this, because when a woman ignores you and you pause your life, you're basically telling her, you are more important than my goals. You control my emotions. I have nothing better going on. A woman should never feel like you're just sitting in the dark waiting for her to return. When she ignores you, your job is not to freeze. Your job is to move forward. Go to the gym, focus on your money, work on your goals, go out with friends, do something productive, build yourself. When she ignores you and sees that your life continues at full speed, she realizes something. You are not dependent on her. That is the moment the power shifts. Women notice everything. If she checks your social media and sees you doing nothing, posting sad quotes or disappearing completely, she knows you're affected. But if she sees you improving, socializing, leveling up, and enjoying life, she starts to feel the pressure. Why? Because female psychology works like this. If a man can be happy without her, she fears being replaced. If a man continues living confidently, she realizes she can lose him. When you keep your life moving, she starts wondering, why didn't my silence bother him? How is he so happy without me? Is he talking to someone else? Did he stop caring? This is when she feels the urge to return. But here's a deeper reason this mistake is so damaging. When you put your life on hold, you lose respect for yourself. When you lose respect for yourself, she loses respect for you too. A man who values himself doesn't break routine for a woman who's acting distant. He doesn't slow down. He doesn't chase. He doesn't wait. He keeps building. And by the time she comes back, because most do, you're already stronger than before. You're mentally sharper, emotionally calmer, and more confident. And now the dynamic is reversed. Instead of trying to win her back, she's trying to earn your attention. Women ignore men they think they have control over. They chase men whose lives keep moving without them. So remember this, do not sit around waiting. Do not stalk her profiles. Do not make her the center of your world. A woman is attracted to a man who is busy becoming better, not a man who's stuck hoping she texts back. When a woman ignores you, the strongest reaction is simple. Keep living, keep growing, keep winning, and soon enough, she will notice. When a woman ignores you, most men panic. They assume something is wrong, they start overthinking, and they make emotional decisions that destroy their chances instantly. But what you need to understand is this. Her silence is not the problem. Your reaction to her silence is. Women pay attention to how a man behaves when she pulls back. It reveals his confidence, his self-worth, and his emotional strength. A weak man falls apart. A strong man stays calm. You now know the 5 mistakes that separate the two. When you chase her, you show her you can be controlled with attention. You teach her that disappearing is all she has to do to make you chase harder. The more you run toward her, the further she runs away. When you demand answers, you destroy attraction with insecurity. A woman never respects the man who asks, "Why aren't you replying?" The men she respects are the ones who don't need explanations. They let silence speak for itself. When you try harder to win her back, you turn into the predictable, desperate guy she knows she can have any time she wants. The moment she knows you'll never walk away, she stops valuing your presence. When you argue, confront, or act emotional, you lose control. A man with real confidence never needs to explain his worth or beg for attention. Silence is stronger than attitude. Calmness is more powerful than confrontation. And the most important rule, when you stop living your life just because she stopped talking to you, you place her in a position she didn't earn. A woman should never feel like she's the center of your world if she's not even giving you attention. The quickest way to lose her permanently is to build your life around someone who isn't thinking about you. So here's the truth. A woman ignores a man she thinks she has power over. A woman chases a man who doesn't react to her silence. That is the psychology. Instead of worrying about her, focus on yourself. Instead of asking why she stopped texting, ask why you're giving energy to someone who isn't giving it back. Instead of trying to win her over, become the man she regrets ignoring. If she's truly interested, she will reach out. If she's testing you, your silence will pass the test. If she's losing interest, you walking away will save your dignity. Either way, you win by staying calm, confident, and in control. Because the man who respects himself is the man she'll never forget, and the man she will eventually chase.